New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, all the Macholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room Podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you had been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, your guess as good as mine. Our categories today, the cities with the best dog parks and the cities with the most bed bugs here in the United States.
Yay!
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up right after emails on our random question 206-421-ROCK.
We got a few more texts here. It all started with a guy peeing into a mason jar. By the way, Ted, don't forget to Venmo that $1.
I'll send it to your Venmo as soon as you get one.
I'm sure that happens a lot more with a standard gentleman bet. I bet that happens a lot. If there's a $1 transaction on Venmo, you know damn well
you made a bet with someone.
Two dudes at a bar.
No, that's what my Venmo is. Almost all $1 and $5 transactions on sports bets.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I thought I was joking. Damn. All right.
Sometimes it's 14.
14.
Uncalled
Ted
for, Mike.
Gave him
uncalled for.
Anyway, because it turns out that the gender of the person who peed in the mason jar is a dude, not a chick. You thought it was a chick. And since then, chicks have been chiming in to let us know, hey, in a pinch, man, we can control our flow. For example, best thing for women to pee in is a large-sized fast food cup. Done that a few times riding in my husband's semi. All right. Another guy adds, my friend's wife had to pee in my boat. She peed in a Snapple bottle. I was impressed.
Dang.
But the thing that started this whole conversation was a guy named Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hola. Jeremy, welcome to the program. Random question.
Were you actively driving while peeing in the mason jar, or were you at a stop?
No. I was stuck in traffic at a closed bridge, a drawbridge, basically.
Yeah, that's the worst. Okay.
Why did you have the mason jar in your car?
Thank you.
I eat a lot of smoothies, and I use mason jars to store them in on my way to work, and they're just easy, and they're a conversation starter, too.
All right, that's great.
Will you make a smoothie now in this mason jar that you've urinated in?
Yeah, that depends on how good my kids wash it for me, but, we'll see.
Are you going to tell the kids what it is they're washing when you hand them the mason jar?
I don't tell them. I say, hey, wash it. There you go.
Okay. All right,
let's see here. What do we got for you on the random question? Okay, let's go with this one. Do you know anybody who is, and maybe, obviously you don't know how much money they make, but do you know anybody who's rich?
Ooh, yeah, I kind of do, actually.
Okay.
There's a guy I used to work with. He always kind of hinted at that, I got a new boat, or I got a new truck. It's like, holy crap, man, how do you get this much new stuff? And turns out that he had a couple of different investments that were in his favor, and it turns out he was freaking loaded, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I got a buddy like that on the East Coast. He probably 25, 30 years ago, his one friend who he was a partner with in a business was a genius. This guy was just a really smart guy.
All right.
And I cannot remember the specialized, it was medical equipment type of, it was like one or two products, right? Mm-hmm. That this guy kind of patented everything.
All right.
So he asked my buddy Jeff if he wanted to be a part investor in the startup, because they were already in business together.
Right.
Well, this thing took the hell off.
All right.
I mean, to the point where my buddy is worth millions of dollars. Now, this is not a guy that you would ever think would be the guy that has millions of dollars. And good for him, because he's got like 2 or 3 kids and, is raising a family and all that stuff. But still, I mean, because he just, I mean, the job he had was like he was managing and owning a couple of different sub locations, like sub shops,
right. Okay.
Stuff like that. He did very well.
Right.
You know what I mean? He would have done very well regardless. But with this, it's almost like now he opened up like 10 more locations. And you know what I mean?
You remember the guy we met?
Even more money, you know?
You remember the dude we met at the bar? We're at the bar back when bars were open. All right? It's after work. Nice older guy. He's sitting at the end of the bar. Hey, do you guys live here? Yeah, we live here. I'm here from out of town. I don't remember where.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And then he says, well, I'm in town for business. He's like, I actually retired, but my brother-in-law convinced me to invest in this little thing that he's doing. And I thought it was stupid, but I gave him the money because he doesn't seem like a stupid guy, just a stupid idea. So we're like, well, what is it? He pulls it out of his pocket. You know when you go to Starbucks and get a hot drink, all right? And they put the lid on the hot drink. And then they put a little piece of plastic into
like
the
a
little
green
mouth
stick
spout.
that goes down in
so
there?
that it doesn't spill on it.
That was it. That was it.
That's it.
Nice.
And this dude, he's like, I've never made so much money in my life. He's like, Starbucks became our primary customer. That's all you kind of need, right?
Yeah, especially for coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
They're loaded because of that.
That's insane.
He's like, these things cost like less than 2 cents to produce. You know, it's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Our reason we asked, do you know anybody who is rich? Oh, this is pretty cool. BuzzFeed just put out a list of 32 famous people who have surprisingly huge net worths. Like they're very, very rich. And it's an interesting list. For an example, Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
What is Vanna White worth? She's probably been on the air now
Over
since
30
I was a
years.
kid. So yes, it's probably closer to 40 years at this point, right? Wheel of Fortune's been on. Merv Griffin.
I'm going to say $20 million.
$20 million.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked she has money. Yeah, I'll say 40.
$70 million. Vanna White, who
Just
says,
from Wheel of
who
Fortune?
says 3 words every night.
That's all she got to do. What does she say?
$70 million. Good night.
Good night. Oh, right. Good night.
Hello. Good night. Thanks. Good night.
And then claps a lot.
Yeah.
She does clap a lot. She
never
claps perhaps more than anyone else actively on TV. I give her that.
Judge Judy.
Oh, she's worth like $200 million or something, man.
$440 million.
Damn.
Yes. Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. What's Dave worth?
I thought you said we're supposed to be surprised by this list.
I am surprised by how high these numbers are.
But I mean, he's Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, one of the biggest bands on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be at least $100 million.
$320 million.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, these numbers are high as hell. Master P, $200 million. Kevin Costner.
Well, there's no limit to how much you could have.
$250 million. Let's see what you did. Shania Twain, $400 million. She has not released a single in probably
Doesn't have to.
2 decades. Who else?
What was her song? That don't impress me much.
Yeah, I can hear it in my head.
Yeah.
I just remember the video.
Keanu Reeves, $380 million.
Damn.
Celine Dion, $800 million.
I don't understand.
Keep in mind her husband who passed on was
he was loaded.
He was
but
already.
Did she have a hit other than the thing from Titanic? Celine Dion. I mean, honestly, God, she does very well.
No, she already had some big songs before that
I
came out.
guess, man. I had never heard of her, so I cannot believe how much people love that.
Las Vegas' own Carrot Top. What's he worth?
What's he worth, or how much money does he have?
Oh, what's he worth? Yeah, net worth.
$8. Oh,
He's on the list.
$20 million.
Yeah, I'll say 30.
Carrot Top, $70 million. Give you a couple more here, real quick. Kenny G, Mercer Island's own Kenny G.
Oh,
He's
$400
one of the highest selling artists of all time. $100 million.
That's
They
it.
say he's worth $100 million. Conversely, Jimmy Buffett, they say he's worth $600 million. Now, keep in mind, he also had a beer, Landshark Lager.
Correct.
They had the name on the stadium there in Miami for a little while. Probably
right.
3 years they had that. And he also operates the Margaritaville Buffett, Jimmy Buffett Casino Beach Party. I don't know if you've seen this.
There's bars, there's restaurants.
Yeah, they have a sandbar with a casino with outdoor concerts and all these things at the various locations. So, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Random.
Somebody here points out that listening to that list, Vanna White has the best ratio to work income.
Sure, she does.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
John Bon Jovi, $410 million.
I can believe that.
He's Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Hello, Tanner. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
Tanner, welcome to the program. And the random question. Let's go with this one. When did your pet do you dirty, Tanner?
Oh, gosh. Man, Miles, you asked me this question, and it makes me laugh because what was the name of your cat you had that has all the problems?
I had Dr. Gomez. I had Senor Larry. They both passed on, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. Dr. Gomez, you You always cracked me up with some of those stories you had about him.
Yeah, he's the one that ate me.
Yeah. Doctor.
Yeah, that's what I got stuck with a cat, so that's a good question. So, yeah, I guess, the guy, his little thing, she just, she just pukes everywhere. It's terrible. I'm like, God.
Is it a long-haired cat or a short-haired cat?
Short-haired cat.
See, typically long-haired cats,
well, yeah, the hairballs, sure.
They throw up a lot more.
So is she throwing up or is it hairballs?
Oh, she's throwing up. I mean, she'll just eat. I mean, she's a fat cat. And she will just literally, I have to monitor her food. So I give her like a quarter cup of food every 12 hours.
Do you do like an adult senior diet thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you give her any more than that, and she'll just gobble it all down and then just go in the corner and puke it up.
Well, some animals are insatiable. I mean, some dogs will not stop eating. Yeah. Like I've known people who just put a bowl of food out for the dog, right? And they can eat whenever they want.
Yeah, that's what my dog does.
The dogs that I have had, they do not do that. If you put
Beagles don't.
If you put that bowl of food out, they'll eat the entire thing.
Yeah, but your version of pets is the island of misfit toys. Like, you never just get, like, there's never nothing wrong with the animal that you choose to bring home, and you bring it home with full knowledge, which is a big heart, but then you go through stuff. Mm-hmm. So dogs that don't stop eating, cats that want to kill you.
Raising Matt's, when did your pet do you dirty? A 52-year-old woman in Omaha, Nebraska, had to call 911 on Monday after one of her cats attacked her. It would not stop beating up on her other cat, so she tried to separate the two cats and said she threatened to give the cat a timeout. She told the cat she was going to, quote, put him in its room. And that's when the cat flew off the handle and went after her. She was eventually able to corral it into the bedroom and shut the door, but she didn't get out of it unscathed. Paramedics took her to the hospital for multiple claw marks. All the wounds ended up being superficial, though. The Humane Society took the cat, and it's not clear if she wants the cat back or not, or they're willing to give it to her based on the physical nature of the attack.
Do you think she wants the cat back?
Hell no.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Hello, Pete. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Pete, welcome to the program. Random question. Okay, let's go with this one. Pete, how old are you?
42.
How old? 14?
42.
42. Okay. 14 would have been more fun. All right, let's go with this one here. Because, KSW is still doing the 50-year celebration. It's coming on in here, but been around for 50 years. Number of other radio stations in the area, been around for a long time. Based on where you grew up and everything, who was or is your favorite person that you listen to on the radio, either growing up or now?
You guys these days, sorry to banter to you, but...
Well, I appreciate that, but I mean, growing up, there was a show that I listened to, a guy named the Grease Man, out of Washington, D.C., and I did not get a chance to listen to Howard when he was on DC 101, but I did hear the Grease Man who came on after him when Howard moved to New York. Howard Stern show for a number of years.
Sure.
Obviously, a show you looked up to. Another show we thought was great was Don and Mike.
Absolutely.
Don and Mike's the one I grew up.
Yeah,
they were mornings when I was a kid, then afternoons.
So who would you say growing up?
In the sports radio world, I'd say Jim Rome.
Jim Rome.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll always have a soft spot for Romy. He gave me my big shot on the radio. We got the ratings, and I said, dude, if I can't do better than that, fire me from radio. And then I sweated it, but luckily I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, honest to God truth.
Who else you listened to growing up, Ted?
Don and Mike was a big one. I'm trying to think.
Some wasn't like Donnie Simpson or any of those guys?
Yeah, we listened to Donnie Simpson in the morning, right? Burnt toast and coffee time. That was a big one. I'm trying to remember. I guess towards high school, maybe, I can't even remember that dude's name now. Anyhow, it was on the rock station. We listened to Donnie Simpson because we liked the music on PGC. And then Don and Mike had long gone since the mornings, and they were doing afternoons. So we listened to them after school. But that is by far the show. Like, me and my brother always listened to it when he drove me to school. Like, when they started doing afternoons, I remember we went down there and got a prize.
Oh, cool!
I mean, that is by far the show that's the one.
I used to used to listen to Kirk, Mark, and Lopez.
Mm-hmm. They were good
on the rock station, and they would have Larry the Cable Guy on every morning before Larry really blew up. He would call radio stations and do his comedy bits in the morning.
But everybody thought he was local.
I did. I thought he was local to that station.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like, by the time you saw him advertise on TV for something, you're like, that can't be the same guy. Then when you heard him, you're like, what the F? It made no sense. This guy, we didn't realize he did it across the country. And every city thought that he was just that kind of weird dude that lived in the city because he nailed everything. He knew where everything was. as stupid as that man seems, he did his research, man. I'm telling you. He stays in character. He does his thing. He was outstanding.
Station growing up, DVE in Pittsburgh I'd listen to. Their morning show, man. And they always had this morning show that no matter what the combination was, it was the funniest thing I had heard in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those things. The reason we asked, who is or was your favorite person to listen to on the radio? Howard Hessman died Saturday due to complications from colon surgery. He was 81 years old. You know him as DJ Dr. Johnny Fever.
It kills me, man.
On WKRP in Cincinnati from 1978 till 1982. I think it's sad that he didn't get a chance in some way to watch the Bengals win on Sunday.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, he brought the character back from a handful of episodes from the new WKRP in the 90s. By the way, he was a DJ before he started actually playing one on TV. Hessman went on to play a teacher, the Charlie Moore on Head of the Class from 86 to 90. And he joined one day at a time.
What?
From 1982 to 1984. Yeah. Over the years, he also made guest appearances on TV shows like ER, That 70s Show, Fresh Off the Boat. His films included This Is Spinal Tap, Dr. Detroit, and perhaps the greatest American film ever made, Billy Jack. So, but he was like the guy, man.
Yeah, for sure,
like
man.
Him and Venus Flytrap. There was like a handful of guys were cool on television when you're growing up.
Both of those dudes absolutely were, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Random.
By the way, more women peeing in cups.
All right.
Just saying. First, someone points out to say, hey, man, Taryn Daly came in and told you about peeing in her big gold cup in traffic years ago on a crosstalk.
All right. Well, yeah, I was talking about I just wasn't going to sell her out, but yeah.
That's impressive, Taryn.
Someone else says, years ago when working in construction, I got stuck on 410 in the snow for 3 hours before they opened it up again. I peed in my hard hat twice. Dumped it on the door of my truck. I'm a girl. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, that's impressive.
I dig you, mama. I like your style.
You tell somebody that on a first date, man, they're in love.
Hey, I will pee in my hat and dump it out the goddamn window. You know, pull over. I got no problem with this.
He's already on one knee.
This is drive. He already offered me a ring.
He has a ring.
My God. Hello, Kramer. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hola.
All right, Kramer, let's see here.
Hola.
Hopefully you can answer this question. Who do you know that has the most kids of anybody? You know, whether it was like your grandmother, your great-grandmother, a family you know that maybe you grew up in a neighborhood with. Who has the most children?
Oh, yeah, I got a friend, well, more of an acquaintance, but he's already got 6 kids, and they're only like 24 years old, so...
That's it.
They're going to be, they're on their way to 20 here one of these days, I'm sure.
So do you think they're going to just keep... When you see her, is she always pregnant?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they're one of those families, though, that's kind of religious, and I know there's certain religious groups that don't believe in any sort of birth control or anything like that.
It's the ones that also like to have a whole lot of sex.
You know, he's horny as hell, so you know how it is.
Okay. I'll tell you what, the destination where I've seen families with the biggest number of kids as far as trying to get a seat at a restaurant or just biking along the trail is Bend, Oregon. I am not sure what's happening in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, yeah, you said that,
But if you see a family, there are like 7 bikes following them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the damnedest thing in the world.
Man.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's like, how do you even...
They're fun to hang out with, though. You know.
Oh, they're great. How do you remember their names?
Good time, and it's always entertaining. You just pull out your video, your camera, and record them doing something crazy.
Does anything bother the parents at all? I mean, at that point when you have that many kids,
I think you just shake it
if you
off.
hear breaking glass or a kid screaming, do they even react anymore?
You just assume there's not going to be peace, I think, for a number of years.
No, not at all. And they actually seem pretty chill. I mean, my wife and I, we got 2 little kids, and we feel like it's a dozen sometimes, but them...
Because it's only 2.
No big deal. Nothing bothers them.
Well, think of it like
big
this,
families, too. Like, there's so many of them, like the older kids almost just kind of take that role.
But you also stop caring, right? Like, think about your first kid, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have your second kid, and they probably hurt themselves a little more than the first because you, as a parent, stop worrying about stuff, right? I get to kid 19. I mean, he could have his arms severed. I'm like, you'll be fine. Right? Everything, you'll be fine.
The good thing about that
he's being mauled by a dog. He'll be fine.
The more kids you have, the less money you spend on them. Because you've already got clothes, you've already got a crib, you've already got a changing table, you've already got all these general things, car seats and strollers and things that you need that you obviously have probably used on multiple children, but it's not like you're going out and buying a brand new one every time you have a kid.
You're still dead broke.
You still got to feed them. You don't have.
See, if food could be a hand-me-down, I'd be like, cool.
You're the guy who buys bags of rice and potatoes at the grocery store. You know what I mean? And the cheapest meat you can find. The reason we asked who has the most kids of anyone you know, we all know Nick Cannon, speaking of radio people.
Oh, yeah.
TMZ posted pictures of Nick and a woman named Bree, I believe it's Tissy, having a baby shower, gender reveal party. It's a boy, by the way.
I know.
Bree is obviously pregnant, and she and Nick appear to be very much a couple. To be clear, Bree is not the woman who gave birth to Nick's 5-month-old son, Zen. He is the child that passed away of cancer last month.
Yeah.
And that was the last time that Nick was in the news. But if her name sounds familiar, it's because she was married to former Cleveland Brown quarterback Johnny Manziel.
I call him Heisman Trophy winner.
They just finalized their divorce this past November. If this is real, this child will be Nick's 8th, and Bree will be his 5th baby mama that he has.
Nick Cannon, I thought, was just impregnating a lot of women. I'm not sure. Like, does he actually have full-on relationships, or has he just got an open relationship? My impression is somebody's the serious girl, and then he just goes out and makes babies with others.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I feel like he's like Scott's fertilizer. Just fertilizer with Scott's.
Well, he's trying on purpose.
What is he?
Oh, no.
What is he paying in child support?
I don't know, but he loves it. He's straight up like, this is what I'm doing.
That's expensive.
I'm having another baby.
That's more expensive than having it in your house.
I know.
I think you'd be shocked if you found out what he's worth, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, drumline residuals alone.
That's actually his entire children.
More of the random question coming up. 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimated.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy, an obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro. Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case. Dude, no way. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact me today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
99.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Random question. 206-421-ROCK.
Don't get mad.
What's that?
Hello, Eastwood. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. Eastwood, how are you?
I'm sitting out. I'm doing great. I'm sitting out here in front of the Deputy Rick Glass Public Safety Building, Mason County Sheriff's Office, and I'm petitioning them to get my gun back. I talked to Officer Ogden and Cindy, and she says she's going to go talk to the prosecutor, and they took my gun away 2 years ago, and I guess I put Ted down as a character reference, so
oh, great. Yeah,
they call Ted.
All right.
You stand up there, brother.
That'll get you nowhere.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a real weird name. It's got like 5 names. I call it a Schmidt. It's Herman Schmidt. It's William Herman Schmidt. It's like a 22 Ruger single 6 and interchangeable cylinders, but I can't get the Magnum cylinder for it. I took it out and got a rear sight at my gunsmith up there by Bremerton, and it took weeks for him to find the size. It was made in the 70s and discontinued in the 70s. And,
Eastwood, I don't mean it any bad, but I just knew you weren't going to be like, oh, it's a Glock 9.
Dare we ask, why did the police confiscate your gun, Eastwood?
That's back when my son was trying to take my property, and he called the SWAT team, and he had I think his girlfriend was having sex with all the county sheriffs because she grew up
Don't lead
Shelton,
with that, bro.
Yeah, don't start out your argument.
He with a SWAT team in 10 minutes. We loaded that gun in the container and locked it, and they illegally searched and seized. These cops come up with a key when they had Scott down. Scott discharged it to warn my kids off, and then we put it in the container, and then when they come with a key, and he says, Scott says you can unlock this container, and his property. I unlock it, and he said, go get the gun, and I said, hell no.
I ain't touched that gun, you know. I thought they'd kill me. I told them that, too. I thought they were going to shoot me dead if I picked it up. So they took my gun 2 years
Let me ask you a question.
This is going to go smoothly.
You didn't know they were coming. So did you have the 5-gallon bucket that you poop in your living room? Was that out in the open?
I was trying to cut it free. I got my Jeep back my son had for like 12 years, and he was all P.O. because I was going to lock it up in his container. He already set bombs off in the container. He blew up. And cops didn't do nothing about it. He blew up a hole in his container where I want to store my cars in. I got to get some plywood, and now I'm in trouble with Timber Lakes. But my neighbor, ex-Army, it got leukemia, put cars on my property. I can't get in touch with him. And then they unplugged my power, and I got my new neighbors, just met them. And he's ex-Army, too. They're happy. I'm going to give him $200 a month to keep my scab power. And so it's starting tomorrow, dump runs, and getting rid of all cars and all the vehicles and get myself out of trouble with Timber Lakes. And
nice.
I've been camping out at the Little Creek, man, out here. Skookum Village, Little Creek, since Tuesday. Watch the playoffs. And Tammy and Matthew, you know, I mentioned your name on the men's room there. I told them I would.
I bet you they are delighted.
Yes, they know you. All right, Eastwood, here's your random question. What would you say?
I'm ready. Let's go.
What would you say you're still mad at your parents about?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I really had to be mad, it would be because my dad, Miles, you're into all that real estate. They bought our house for $37,500 in 1960 there in Wallingford.
Okay.
And here about 2 years ago, I went for 2.3, and now it's up to 4.1 million.
That sounds about right.
You know, I wish he'd get me, get in the offer. We used to run a boarding house. I thought about making it a triplex and stuff, but yeah, losing that house, man, that, not keeping that in the family. Okay. I'm gonna get the money, man. I'm gonna go buy it here soon. I'm gonna build a place here in Timber Lakes. I'll have about 240 and I'm gonna sell it for $5, and I'll have 250, and I'll be rocking. I mean, just rocking. They build Amazon out here, and Shelton's growing.
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of Timber Lake celebrating.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I can feel it, man. The ripple of excitement that is
just
run through town.
Home of Eastwood.
Yeah, man.
When you drive through.
Yeah, man.
Reason we asked, what are you still mad at your parents about? A man from South Africa has admitted he resents his mom for not switching him back 2 years after discovering a nurse gave her the wrong baby. Robin and Gavin, they were the only two babies born at a hospital in Johannesburg on that day in February 1989. But a nurse accidentally gave them to the wrong mothers. This meant Robin, who was raised by a single mom, struggled to get by. She grew up poor, while the other child, Gavin, was rich with the wealthier parents, the Parker family. However, the mistake was only uncovered 2 years later when a disagreement over Gavin's rightful father led to a DNA test revealing that not only was he not the biological father, that the mom was not the birth mother either. So when faced with swapping their birth sons back, the couple chose to keep the children they had raised since birth.
So both couples agreed to this.
Yeah. Speaking at the time, one of the parents told 60 Minutes in Australia, you can't reject a child that you've been so close to for the first 2 years of their life. Initially, I think you protect the one you've got. The first few days are shocked, and then curiosity comes, where's my baby? The boys grew up about 500 kilometers apart in very different environments and referred to each other as brothers. But Robin has since admitted that he wishes his biological mother fought to switch him back. Speaking at the age of 15, he said he had difficulty accepting the situation and misses his mother an awful lot, who speaks to him daily on the phone. Also, she's wealthy.
So wait, they talk every day. They're in communication. They are, everyone's aware of this.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that's a mind F.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mothers embrace one another like sisters after discovering the mistake. They've been close as well. So the whole families have been very close since this whole episode. Because they each know that the other has their child.
So what would you do, right? You're 2 years in. Mr. Montgomery, you're going to laugh about this later. That daughter you've been raising, not yours. Mm-hmm. Not your daughter. Perfectly healthy, just at the wrong family. We just switch them. And think about that.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, like anything else. I mean, like when you get words of advice from your dad, like don't answer the phone on Father's Day when you're an adult. Right? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yes, it's serious. Okay, Dad,
was.
What if I have kids and they're calling me? You might.
Right.
But the kids are teenagers now, right?
Yes.
But I think the kids probably want to know their real parents, but it's also tough for a 15-year-old. You're not exactly at best terms with your parents then. And then it's like, wait a minute, the other kid's rich?
Oh, no.
Like, I don't think the kid.
Oh, rich kids like, nah, dog. I'm
yeah, like
everything
it's my
cool.
fam.
I'm cool. Yeah, Christmas is good here.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, most 15-year-olds, you gave them the option, they would just leave their actual family to go live with a rich family.
Anybody? Yeah, I would do it now. Wait, how much money you got? Count me in. Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Oh, David, welcome to the program. Random question. Let's see here. Okay. All right, David, let's go with this one. Are you attracted to older women, would you say, for the most part?
No. Well, it depends. How much older? I'm 30.
You're 30. So what's the oldest person you've ever gone out with? A difference in age-wise, but with them being older than you.
34.
So 4 years. All right.
So 4 years,
Yeah, but you're in that sweet spot, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, hit around 40, it's like, all right, look, I can go back about 10 years. I can shoot ahead about 15 now, right? It's just, it's different.
What about the younger side? Do you date on the younger side ever?
26.
All right. So right in the middle.
So, well, she would be 26 now, so 40.
What was the major difference between the older woman and the younger woman?
She had her S together, the older woman. Yeah.
She had her S together.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, typically that's the case. This is going to make us feel really old in here, but I'm going to lay down the information for you anyway. There's a dating site for older women looking for younger men, and it's called olderwomendating.com. They say that 60% of younger men of any age will be attracted to mature and older women. Among that 60%, 34% in their early 20s prefer to date a woman who is 5 to 10 years older than they are. So if you're 21,
5 to 10,
you want to date someone who's 31, which is crazy.
Right.
At 21, that is, though.
That is.
That's a massive difference.
That's why we feel old.
The site says there are 4 main reasons. Mature women have more experience when it comes to everyday life. They are often overachievers with advanced experience in their work field and career. Older women have often found their way in the world and know how to be self-sufficient and independent, and they have refined their personalities and social skills, so they have a little bit more self-assured confidence. You know what I mean? They just...
And they exercise the Kegels.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow, that's a big...
Holy hell. Whoa. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Justin, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, let's talk a little dirt here, Justin. Who spread rumors about you and why?
Oh, man, what was it? It was, oh, yeah, he did this, that, and that. So I was pretty upset by it, so I grabbed him by his chest, hit him against a tree for a bit and slammed him on the ground, and that kind of stopped after that.
All right, okay. You got to go all the way. Well, kids are kids, but you know what I mean. If you have to go back that far to find somebody who was saying bad crap about you, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
you know, I'm sure people have said bad things about you. You just don't know it,
right?
But yeah, as far as rumors are concerned, we brought you the story last week, but it's worth noting. A federal jury in Atlanta has awarded $1.25 million to Cardi B in a defamation lawsuit. This was in response to the YouTuber known as Tasha K, who they basically said spread about, 30 or more videos of lies and unflattering things about her from, I think she said
STDs?
She had herpes and...
Yeah. A few more things. I've heard.
All kinds of stuff. The one thing is that they don't know where this woman's going to get this money. So, yes, she was awarded $1.25 million.
She's not going to get the money. Come on.
But probably not. I don't see that happening. Then we have this story that we got over the weekend.
Give me your clothes, then.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You hear these judgments like, oh, man, you're on the hook for $6 million. Like, great. There's no chance I have that. What do you do? How do you work that out for me?
This is a weird one. Kanye West is reportedly spreading rumors about Kim Kardashian's new boyfriend, Pete Davidson. You know him from SNL. They split last year, and Kanye is allegedly telling people that Pete has got the AIDS, with sources claiming the rumor is nonsense.
Yeah.
This is all
he got AIDS.
This is all from the fine folks at TMZ. Pete's sources confirmed to the news outlet that Kanye, who's now Ye, right, has been spreading this rumor. Kanye, quote, has been telling everyone within earshot that he is gay and has AIDS. And then he put out a diss track.
He gay and you have AIDS. That's what my ex-wife.
About Pete Davidson. And he also threatened to kick his ass.
I'm going to kick his gay AIDS-riddled ass.
Is this how adults act when they break up with somebody?
No, it's ridiculous.
God,
I still would like to see that fight.
Pete Davidson and Kanye? All right.
Like I said, neither of them strike me as I don't know. It's hard to see either of them fighting.
I think they would both scrap, though, man. I'm telling you, it would be a dirty knockout drag.
Yeah.
Would you put if $1 Venmo bet? Who are you putting your money on? Right. So that's the big fight. Mm-hmm. We're all dressed up, man. We got dimes in our arms.
Kanye, just because he's crying.
That guy.
Yeah.
Man, I'm inclined to agree.
Look,
I think Pete gets the upper hand at first, but Kanye, like you said,
Pete's taller.
He's got the height. He's got the height and the reach advantage.
He does.
But now, are there rules to this fight, or are they just in ring? Because Kanye would do stuff like bite you.
But here's the thing.
He's that dude.
But here's the thing. Pete Davidson does not care about Kanye West.
Oh, no.
He does
we know.
He does not give a crap about
I know.
Kanye.
I just want to see him fight.
He has no natural anger. So he does have a height advantage. He does have a reach advantage. The difference is that Kanye West is an angry individual who was angry before they started dating, who has always been angry, and the fact that he does not like this guy because he's dating his ex. So he has a reason to be mad. So
you put your money on Kanye?
When you just look at the two people and their dispositions in life, as far as who they are, how they act. Kanye West punched some guy in the face the other night who asked for an autograph. So, and he admitted it was because he was mad because Pete Davidson was dating his ex-wife. He admitted it.
Wait, you're being serious?
Yeah.
So a guy asked for an autograph. He punches this dude in the face.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning.
But the reason I punched you in the face.
It's because I was mad at Pete Davidson.
Yeah. God damn, buddy. Get a grip, man.
I'm pretty sure I read that right.
I understand you're upset, but dude, I can't just hold on.
He's going through.
What's up, man? Sorry, dude. I'm just broken up about the breakup.
The guy was trying to get an autograph, this and that, and he thought he was somebody else. But he was like, I'm just upset about the Pete Davidson stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he just hauled off and punched the dude and went, that's for Pete.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is some real high school drama as he's doing.
Yes, that's for Pete.
Random.
Hello, Jess. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Pete Davidson, though, also strikes me as a dude that probably caught a few in his day.
I'm sure he did.
And knows how to take
He ran his mouth. He lived on Staten Island.
Right.
Yeah, he could take a beating for a while. But like I said, if there's not a lot of rules, right? You can't use foreign objects. But if you can bite and eye gouge, I'm putting my money on Kanye. Mm-hmm. If there are rules, maybe I go Pete Davidson.
Okay. Jess, let's go with this one. You had we had one job. How did you mess the job up? You had one thing to do. How did you mess it up?
Oh, gosh. I guess I'm still an apprentice, so I guess technically there's a lot of variables there, but there was one time that this is a few years ago. I was working in Seattle, and my journeyman, who was a brand new journeyman, and I'm his apprentice, we had to put a laser level, which was magnetic, on a steel beam, and the other contractor, I was told to put this laser level on the exact area where we had leveled it out, and somehow, and this was not my fault, but I got blamed for no.
I'm just listening,
I got blamed for.
Okay. Go ahead.
Look, what happened was it's like a $500 laser level. I mean, they're not exactly, inexpensive, and this laser level got knocked down about 2 stories, and my foreman was he was pretty PO'd about it. I can't remember what words I can or can't say on your guys' show other than the happy hour, but basically what happened was, oh my gosh, it was actually pretty funny. So the laser level, I mean, it was funny to my journeyman and myself, but it fell about 2 stories and was obviously broken, and he was just like, oh my gosh, these bozos. And he literally said bozos. I haven't heard that word since I was 4 years old. And I was going on 37.
It sounds like you've already started the happy hour.
Well, I'm trying to not get kicked off of your guys'.
You're doing a fine job. I'm just saying, it just sounds like you're enjoying yourself already this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so hilarious, the look on my foreman's face. He was so PO'd about it, and he was just like, you bozos. And so, yeah, I guess the laser level that, it at the end of the day, I mean, we needed it, but come on. It's
okay.
But the laser level fell off?
Yeah,
it just fell.
I got you.
2 or 3 stories.
I'm glad you asked her that, man.
Hey, you wrote that.
I know.
You wrote that question.
I know.
You wrote that question.
But now we know.
You wrote that
Don't
question.
ask her that
you
question.
wrote that question.
Hold on. What else you got?
I didn't write that question. I had all kinds of questions.
No, I know.
I just didn't, I didn't write that.
Who or what bit you? That was
Right,
one.
yeah.
Do you think she would have answered?
That would have been a bad
Yeah,
that
she would have known that one.
Yeah, because somebody
You think that would have been quick?
Somebody bit her in that.
What did you touch that you wish you didn't touch?
That was another one.
Her.
That would have been weird.
Just saying, there were better options.
You had one job. How did you mess that up? 3 people were left homeless
Asking
and 1
that
police
question.
officer suffered a minor injury after a large fire broke out in a 2-story commercial and residential building that houses a fire safety business. The fire broke out on the 2nd floor. Garfield police said that they evacuated the tenants from the 2nd floor as firefighters arrived to put out the fire at the fire safety business. The Firematic website said the company specializes in the sale and service of extinguishers, as well as providing other industrial safety equipment. Still to come, your guess is as good as mine. Our categories, we've got the best cities for dog parks in America and the worst for bed bugs. You are listening to The Men's Room.
New on Curiosity Stream, she was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on The Spy Who Stole the Atom Bomb. And
What if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.